Hello, welcome to the English Explorers YouTube channel. Did you know that in everyday conversation, we describe our emotions to talk about general topics? Today, this video will share 50 essential emotions such as sadness, fear, surprise, shame, excitement, loneliness, nostalgia, and more, along with simple examples. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started.
1. Joy means a feeling of great pleasure or happiness. Example: she felt joy when she received a surprise gift from her friend. The children's laughter filled the room with joy during the birthday party. 2. Sadness means the state or emotion of being sorrowful or unhappy. Example: he couldn't hide his sadness when he heard the news of his grandmother's passing. The rainy weather matched her feelings of sadness after the breakup. 3. Anger means a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Example: his face turned red with anger when he discovered his car had been towed. She slammed the door in anger after an argument with her sibling. 4. Fear means an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. Example: she clutched her chest in fear when she saw a spider crawling towards her. The loud thunderstorm outside filled the children with fear as they huddled together. 5. Surprise means a sudden feeling of astonishment or amazement. Example: her eyes widened in surprise when she found out she had won the competition. He jumped back in surprise when the jack in the box suddenly popped out. 6. Disgust means a strong feeling of dislike or revulsion. Example: she wrinkled her nose in disgust at the sight and smell of the rotten food. He made a face of disgust after tasting the bitter medicine. 7. Love means an intense feeling of deep affection or fondness. Example: they exchanged loving glances during their romantic dinner date. She felt a warm rush of love when her newborn baby wrapped their tiny fingers around hers. 8. Envy means a feeling of discontent or resentment, aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. Example: she couldn't help but feel a twinge of envy when she saw her friend's new car. He looked on with envy as his co-worker received praise for their successful project. 9. Guilt means a feeling of responsibility or remorse for some offense, crime, wrong, etc., whether real or imagined. Example: he was consumed by guilt after accidentally breaking his mother's favorite vase. She couldn't sleep at night due to the overwhelming guilt of lying to her friend. 10. Shame means a painful feeling of humiliation or distress, caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Example: he felt a deep sense of shame after failing to keep his promise to his family. She lowered her gaze in shame when she realized she had made a hurtful comment. 11. Excitement means a feeling of eager enthusiasm and interest. Example: the children squealed with excitement as they opened their presents on Christmas morning. She could barely contain her excitement as she prepared for her upcoming trip abroad. 12. Nostalgia means a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past. Example: he felt a wave of nostalgia wash over him as he listened to his favorite childhood song. She smiled with nostalgia as she flipped through old photo albums from her school days. 13. Loneliness means the state of being alone and feeling sad about it. Example: she experienced a deep sense of loneliness after moving to a new city where she didn't know anyone. He felt a pang of loneliness as he sat alone in his apartment on a Saturday night. 14. Contentment means a state of happiness and satisfaction, Example: she sighed with contentment as she snuggled up with a good book and a cup of tea. He leaned back in his chair with a smile of contentment after finishing a satisfying meal. 15. Embarrassment means a feeling of self-consciousness, shame, or awkwardness. Example: her cheeks flushed with embarrassment when she tripped and fell in front of a crowd. He tried to laugh off his embarrassment after accidentally calling his teacher auntie in class. 16. Relief means a feeling of reassurance and relaxation following release from anxiety or distress. Example: they breathed a sigh of relief when they finally found their lost pet. She felt a sense of relief wash over her after receiving a clean bill of health from the doctor. 17. Curiosity means a strong desire to know or learn something. Example: the children's eyes sparkled with curiosity as they explored the mysterious old house. He couldn't resist his curiosity and opened the envelope marked confidential. 18. Frustration means the feeling of being upset or annoyed as a result of being unable to change or achieve something. Example: she banged her fist on the table in frustration after struggling to solve a difficult math problem. He let out a frustrated groan when his computer crashed right before he could save his work. 19. Anticipation means a feeling of excitement about something that is going to happen. Example: he waited with bated breath in anticipation of the announcement of the competition winners. She tapped her foot impatiently in anticipation of her friend's arrival at the airport. 20. Gratitude means the quality of being thankful. Readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Example: she expressed her gratitude with a heartfelt thank you note for the thoughtful birthday gift. He felt a surge of gratitude towards his mentor for guiding him through a challenging project. 21. Regret means a feeling of sadness, repentance, or disappointment over something that has happened or been done. Example: he looked back with regret on the missed opportunities he had let slip away. She felt a pang of regret for not apologizing sooner after realizing she had hurt her friend's feelings. 22. Hope means a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. Example: they held on to hope for a brighter future despite facing numerous challenges. She lit a candle as a symbol of hope for her friend's speedy recovery from illness. 23. Disappointment means the feeling of sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations. Example: he couldn't hide his disappointment when he didn't receive the promotion he had been hoping for. She sighed in disappointment when her favorite team lost the championship game. 24. Satisfaction means the state of being contented or fulfilled. Example: he smiled with satisfaction as he admired the finished painting he had been working on for weeks. She nodded in satisfaction after completing a challenging crossword puzzle. 25. Boredom means the state of feeling weary and restless through lack of interest. Example: he yawned in boredom during the long, tedious meeting. She scrolled through her phone in boredom while waiting for the bus to arrive. 26. Jealousy means a feeling of resentment towards someone because of that person's rivalry, success, or advantages. Example: she felt a pang of jealousy when she saw her colleague receive praise for their work. He couldn't shake off the feeling of jealousy when he saw his ex-partner with someone new. 27. Pride means a feeling of satisfaction derived from one's achievements or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. Example: she beamed with pride as she watched her daughter receive an award for her achievements. He stood tall with pride after completing his first marathon race. 28. Grumpiness means a bad-tempered or sulky mood. Example: he snapped at everyone around him in his grumpiness after a bad night's sleep. She muttered to herself in grumpiness as she trudged through the rainy weather. 29. Empathy means the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Example: she showed empathy towards her friend by listening attentively and offering words of comfort. He felt a deep sense of empathy for the homeless man on the street and offered to buy him a meal. 30. Compassion means sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. Example: she showed compassion towards animals by volunteering at the local animal shelter. He demonstrated compassion towards his elderly neighbor by helping her with household chores. 31. Disbelief means the inability or refusal to accept that something is true or real. Example: her jaw dropped in disbelief when she heard the news of her friend's sudden engagement. He shook his head in disbelief as he watched the magician perform seemingly impossible tricks. 32. Excitement means a feeling of eager enthusiasm and interest. Example: they exchanged excited glances as they boarded the roller coaster for the first time. She jumped up and down with excitement when she received the acceptance letter from her dream university. 33. Doubt means a feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. Example: she frowned in doubt as she questioned whether she had made the right decision. He hesitated with doubt before accepting the job offer, unsure if it was the right career move. 34. Or means a feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder. Example: they stared in awe at the breathtaking view from the top of the mountain. She gasped in awe as she watched the fireworks light up the night sky. 35. Loneliness means the state of feeling isolated or alone, often accompanied by sadness or a sense of emptiness. Example: he felt a deep sense of loneliness after moving to a new city where he didn't know anyone. She sighed with loneliness as she scrolled through social media, longing for connection. 36. Melancholy means a feeling of deep sadness or sorrow, often with no obvious cause. Example: he sat alone in his room, overcome with a feeling of melancholy. On the anniversary of his grandmother's passing, she gazed out the window with a sense of melancholy as she watched the rain fall outside. 37. Longing means a strong feeling of desire or yearning for something, often accompanied by sadness or nostalgia. Example: he felt a pang of longing for his hometown as he flipped through old photographs. She closed her eyes with longing as she remembered the feeling of warm sand between her toes at the beach. 38. Optimism means a hopeful and positive outlook on life or the future. Example: she faced each new day with optimism, believing that good things were just around the corner. He smiled with optimism as he looked forward to starting a new chapter in his life. 39. Pessimism means a tendency to see the worst aspect of things or believe that the worst will happen. Example: he couldn't help but feel a sense of pessimism as he watched the news of ongoing conflicts around the world. She sighed with pessimism as she anticipated the worst-case scenario for the upcoming job interview. 40. Trepidation means a feeling of fear or anxiety about something that may happen. Example: she felt a sense of trepidation as she approached the stage to give her first public speech. He hesitated with trepidation before opening the door to the haunted house. 41. Elation means a feeling of great joy, pride, or exhilaration. Example: her heart swelled with elation when she received the news of her acceptance into her dream university. He pumped his fist in elation as he crossed the finish line of his first marathon. 42. Fervor means intense and passionate feeling or enthusiasm. Example: she spoke with fervor as she passionately defended her beliefs during the debate. He worked with fervor late into the night to finish the project ahead of the deadline. 43. Hesitance means a feeling of diffidence and indecision about doing something. Example: she hesitated with hesitance before making a decision, unsure of the potential consequences. He approached the edge of the diving board with hesitance, afraid to take the plunge. 44. Serenity means the state of being calm, peaceful and untroubled. Example: she closed her eyes and breathed deeply, enjoying the feeling of serenity in the tranquil garden. He sat by the peaceful lakeside, soaking in the serenity of the quiet surroundings. 45. Euphoria means a feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness. Example: she danced with euphoria after hearing the news of her promotion at work. He laughed with euphoria as he celebrated his team's victory in the championship game. 46. Hilarity means extreme amusement or laughter. Example: they doubled over with hilarity after watching a comedy show that had them in stitches. She couldn't contain her hilarity as she recounted the funny mishap that happened earlier. 47. Vexation means the state of being annoyed, frustrated, or worried. Example: he sighed in vexation after encountering yet another traffic jam on his way to work. She shook her head in vexation at the constant interruptions while trying to work on her project. 48. Enchantment means a feeling of great delight or pleasure, often derived from something beautiful or magical. Example: she smiled with enchantment as she walked through the enchanting forest, surrounded by tall trees and singing birds. He gazed with enchantment at the magical display of lights and decorations during the holiday season. 49. Jolliness means a state of cheerfulness or good humor. Example: they sang and danced with jolliness at the festive holiday party. She couldn't help but join in with jolliness as she played games with her friends. 50. Zeal means great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective. Example: he tackled each new project with zeal and determination to succeed. She approached her hobbies with zeal, pouring her heart and soul into every creative endeavor.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have learned people's emotional vocabulary for everyday conversation. Keep practicing, as constant practice will help you improve your journey in learning English. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more helpful educational content videos.